Welcome, welcome. It's a Firesworn Friday, or rather it's about to be. I will shoot these videos a day or two beforehand on Twitch. If you haven't come to see what's going on there, please do. We always have a fun time. I've had a few requests for a Bounties deck, and I just struggled to make them work, and then I ran into one on ladder. If you've seen my recent YouTubes, you know what match I'm talking about, and I got wrecked. It was at that point I realized maybe I just need to rethink my life a little bit. So the one I went up against did use a different leader ability, and you could use off the books if you want to. Personally, I like blood money a little bit more, but off the books does make your tributes cost one less, so that is an option. Can be really good with like Jacques Miraculous Child, also good with Professor, Morios, Graydon, and then Tamara Stranger as well. But we're running a deeper poison package, which I like a little bit more, just some like crazy good removal in that vein. But it's kind of up to you guys. Test it out, try this out. This is just kind of a cool platform for you guys to use to test out bounties and witch hunters. Crazy good tempo with Jacques. Professor is now boosted up to 6 points of value, which is nice. He does have a 3 tribute to ignore the armor, but you basically put a bounty on an enemy unit and damage it by 3. I don't usually find the tribute is all that necessary most of the time, but it is something you can look into. Morios will give you the automatic destroy. Vivaldi Banks is in here for draw consistency. Then Graydon is just a really nice automatic destroy as well. You don't even need to use his tribute to get the destroy on a bountied unit. You just want the tribute of 5. If it's a tall unit, I think like Donimir of Troy is a really good target for that. I think also like in Skellige, you'd have like oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. Turgvi is a good option. Ikern, Golia are crazy good for that. So anyway, but it is off the base power, not the current power of the unit. So just keep that in mind. Then Caleb Manga here is going to give you bounties 1 turn. Costs 3 to place them, but so long as the value of the base... excuse me. So long as the base value of the unit is 3, you're going to get that money back as soon as you kill it. Freak Show is in here to do some nasty damage. And then we've got Caesar Bilzen to re-trigger some of those profits, but more importantly for the boosts. Really helpful to just kind of give Freak Show a little bit of durability. Greater Brothers for tempo. Kurt's in here for the lock and the purify. Purify being really important against decks with defenders. Then Tamara Stranger's kind of nuts. She's like a very cheap version of Vesemir Mentor. We're gonna boost all allied witch hunters by 1 that are on the board with no tribute. But if you pay the 3 tribute, you're gonna boost all allied witch hunters in hand, deck, and on the battlefield. So really similar to Vesemir Mentor. It does require that tribute, but it's pretty easy to get. And then we've got Mutated Hounds for poisons, Witch Hunter Executioners. These guys are really helpful for killing bountied units. You just have to pay the value of the damage necessary 1 at a time, but they do give you a 2 profit, so they can work with Caesar Bilzen as just general targets there. Witch Hunters, you know, they're just going to give you a bounty. Basically, I've found just some rounds you just need a bounty. There's nothing more to say about that. Fiztex Traffickers and Fiztex are in here for the poisons, and then Slanders also for the bounty, but also for a profit of 3, just to kind of set up for Tamara Stringer. So this is a really like red coin abuse deck. There's not a lot of blue coin plays you can make. I think if I was to tweak anything else, I might put in some more engines. I think a really good example here would be a Dire Mutated Hound. You could also try to slot in Defender to give some protection. You know, it's up to you. I think you could probably sub out Jacques Miraculous Child since he doesn't have much other synergy with the deck. But it's up to you. I wish some of these Witch Hunters had better Firesworn synergy since, you know, they do work for the Order of the Flaming Rose. Many of them, but you know, we are what we are. Let's jump into a game, show you how this works. Bounties can be a little bit complex, and they do require a decent amount of math, so keep that in mind. One good thing about bounties, though, Patricidal Fury is not good luck for us. Still the strongest deck in my opinion. If you just like want wins on ladder, Patricidal Fury is what you need to be looking at. They don't run Purifies though, so poisons actually might find good value against them. I really like Eavesdrop for consistency. This is a good poison package together. We get points on the board for us, but we also get coins, so we don't have to show anything until it's just the right time. I'm gonna get Witch Hunter back in. Right now I'm basically just looking for Tamra Stringer, and we get her, so that's perfect. Now we do have to keep in mind, like, what would we want to put back into the deck. I'd like to trigger this somehow, but let's get the coins out. Hey Slav, how's it going? We're just shooting a video here on while streaming on Twitch. I'm just gonna say hi to people while we're filming up in here, because you know that's fun times. But basically, this is just our Bounties deck, walking through the gameplay for those of you just joining. Svalbard Totem here is a great tempo play, but doesn't really do much other than that. Now, one thing we could keep in mind here, we could actually put a bounty out on this light longship and then kill it. Personally, I don't really see the need for that right now. I think we're just going to go ahead and go for the kill. I don't really want to show bounties until I have to. Here we get out some good points with Mutated Hounds. I'll be interested to see what happens with these fanatics. We don't really want to put anything on them, as they do transform, and that can be a little bit obnoxious. Now, the Moonlight Longship does have 5 points of base power, so the tribute on them with the corresponding bounty wouldn't be so bad. We might save Eavesdrop for next round. Let's go ahead and get out Tamra. We do want to pay for her tribute, so that boosts all of our Witch Hunter units. We have included all of them that exist in the game, but it's really helpful with Manga, I find, especially. It gets him up to 6. I think here I'm just kind of wait for Light Longship to get down to 3, and then we'll use Professor. I do want to save Horson's Freak Show for Manga, and then Jacques needs to make it to round 2. Here I think we're just going to go ahead and use Eavesdrop. We might end up just passing after this. Alright, Fizztech doesn't do us much other good. We're tapped out in terms of coins pretty much here at 6 coins, so we're going to go ahead and put that back in. Uncrate Raider comes out, mostly to establish graveyard, I'm guessing. One thing I do that does kind of annoy me though, when it says boost all allied Witch Hunters in hand, deck, and on the battlefield by 1 instead. That should include her, right? She's a Witch Hunter. It doesn't say all others. It should say all others. And there's no way we're catching up. So we're just going to take this. We'll take the pass. Yeah, it really kind of annoys me that they don't spell that out a little bit better, right? I think they could use some work on stuff. Okay, so Witch Hunters are looking really nice. I think we might want to keep 1 poison. But I'd rather find Oniro. I joke on stream that, I guess, sorry, Vivaldi Bank or Oniro. I joke on stream all the time that I don't know why I bother including it in my deck, as I never draw it whenever I stream. But that is what it is. German Villager just kind of bricking here. Nothing, no unit to give the bleed to, so no value there. Here I think we'll use Fizztech Trafficker just to set up the 6 coins. We might go down a card, but we're at 8 cards anyway, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Then we can use Witch Hunter if they pass, and they do. So looks like our opponent is going for a long round. Now we don't run any kind of, oh, how shall we say, kind of boost or anything like that. So we do need Caesar here. Slander is not really all that necessary. We do have Manga. He could get in danger against some of these removals. Greater Brothers is probably deeply in danger. We'll keep Slander, put Trafficker away. Now, as I mentioned before, this deck does struggle a little bit here with blue coin played. I think we'll just get out Jacques, pay the tribute. Now, if you were running off the books, his profit is 4, so you would actually end up with an extra coin here. So we're gonna wrap up this video pretty shortly, but I'm getting requests to go into some dwarf decks. Don't worry, we are going to do that immediately after we play this deck. We're gonna play this one twice, finish up this YouTube video, and then we'll get right into some dwarf stuff, because that has been a lot of fun. Look for that video tomorrow if you are just joining on YouTube. Here, I really actually like this 6-point Ancrate Raiders play. It's very helpful for me. And then we actually can just remove Harald as well using leader ability. Is very convenient. So here I'm going to play Manga. He does need to go to melee field in order to get max value, but we'll place the bounty and then just remove Harald. That way we don't get any of those passive damage pings causing us problems. Manga has a 3-point profit as well, so we will be digging looking for Caesar, I think. If we can't find Caesar, or Nero obviously is another way to get at him. But he is a lot of value, so just something to keep in mind. Now, Ancrate Raiders have a base value of 6, so I'm actually willing to spend to use Graydon here. And I really don't mind Manga getting removed because we still have Professor, and we still have Vivaldi Bank giving us one more grab at a bounty. Now, a different thing that we could do here actually is you can play Horsun. Because it's Skellige, I'm not going to do that because he's just going to get immediately removed. So we're going to play Graydon instead. But we could play Horsun. Oh, actually, we do need coins. So we could play Horsun and then kill this off because we'd have 6 coins and get 6 coins back because that's the value of the bounty. Okay. We'll get out Witch Hunter Executioner just so we can get up to 6 coins. Graydon costs a tribute of 5, so that's the problem that we're doing that. Ooh, yeah, that's true. We should use Graydon on the leader ability. I'm glad somebody just pointed that out and stream. This is why I stream and film videos at the same time. It's so hard to like walk through exactly what I think you should do with the deck, explain how it works, and think proactively about what I'm going to make as a play, right? Okay, so we'll use Freak Show here. That does get us to 8 coins too, so this works out pretty nicely. Get it all back again, and then we can set up the last bounty on Patricidal Fury that way. If we don't see removal here, I think we'll go ahead and take Horsun. We'll use... We'll try Vivaldi Bank. Since we're going to go up 1 coin, I'm just going to ping that. It doesn't have a bounty, so it will take a bleed. So that actually wasn't the best play for me to make. Don't do that. So it takes a bleed unless it has a bounty. If it has a bounty, then it takes damage. So really wanted to actually do that to a bounty unit. We are where we are. But I need to go down to 6 coins anyway, because we'll probably be digging with Vivaldi here. But yeah, so this Berserker is going to take damage natively before that bleed pings off and transform before that. So you learn here what you shouldn't do in game. That's what we're around for. That's what this channel is dedicated to. We sacrifice for you. Here I'm going to actually put this bleed on Bear Abomination. This is a 6-point value, so if we end up needing to put a bounty there for one reason or another, we can go ahead and do that. But we're doing that purely because we're drawing Vivaldi. And with Vivaldi, we're going to take Caesar. That gives us maximum value. We do get a little bit of overage in coins. It is what it is. And then we're actually just going to buff up Freak Show just a little bit there. We'll end this turn. Yeah, we keep on playing. I should have passed around some. I mean, you never know what you're going to get with Vivaldi Bank, right? And one of the things I hate about Vivaldi Bank vis-a-vis some of the other leaders is, I'm guessing Freak Show here. Probably should have spent a coin on Jacques just to prevent that, but we are, as they say, where we are. Alright. We don't care about the tribute here. So we're just going to set that up. Graydon just needs 5 coins, so I'm going to just pass one of these on to one of these Deafening Sirens. But Graydon does need 5 coins, so a little bit unfortunate we can't just top off the Aldersburg here. Should have done that last turn. You learned it here. Do your maths. That's what we always say. I'm guessing this is going to come down to remove Caesar. I think that's actually a terrible decision, but I can't complain about it. Okay, so Graydon here does need the tribute, so we're going to use that first. We do get massive value. Great suggestion from chat there. And now we can top off to Aldersburg with 1. We do need 6 points for Moriels. So we're just going to go ahead and feed 2 over here to Deafening Siren. Although I don't think Moriels is going to be necessary. Yeah, here comes Morkfrog was right. Oh, man. Morkfrog doesn't always run in this Patricidal Fury deck, though, so... and we didn't have last say anyway, so there wasn't a whole lot we could have done about that. It is, as they say, what it is. Yeah, I don't think Moriels is really going to find great value. We'll hold on to him for, like, one more turn. This lock really isn't that valuable. Huh. Yeah, I just think the tribute isn't going to be all that valuable here. But nothing he plays is going to be lockable, right? So we're going to go ahead and lock that down. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I think we've only seen one stunning blow come down, so I'd like to just hold on to Greater Brothers, probably for last play. And we can buff them to 8, but Blood Eagle would have been 2 damage, and then it could have been tabled into something else that does 4, like Skjordal! Good example of that. Oh, it's fine. Guessing against Bilton? No, against Kurt, which is a little bit weird. Here we're just gonna spend Bilton. I just don't want to mess around with that, so we're gonna skip the tribute. Go ahead and just remove Madman, because why not? And then just spread this around. I'm not really worried or concerned about the 1 Bloodthirst. 2 Bloodthirst causes some problems, but he doesn't have any other active engines that are gonna cause me problems. So, the time has come. Hemdall causes a little bit of issue there, but I think we're gonna be okay. I think Greater Brothers, there's no way to get them to 8, so this is going to be fine. We'll just drop them down. And then Jacques and Caesar are the same, so we'll just spend 2 on Jacques. Because why not? I think 10 points of value is going to be hard for the opponent to come up with, though. Oh! Hi, game. Had I played a little bit better, we would have won that, right? I mean, just that 1 bleed I misplaced cost us that game. So, draw game, though. So, again, had I played a little bit better, we would have been just fine. Still a pretty cool deck. We'll jump into one more game. That'll wrap up this YouTube video. And then for those of you on Twitch, we've had a request for dwarves. So we're going to do that again. Prepping for that for a video for Saturday anyway. So that's going to be fun. Couple of things I'd add for bounties if you wanted to just change some things up. I have seen some people use Evol, like the Borsodi brothers. I don't recommend that. I don't find them to be great value. All right. Okay, we do get the poison package here for coins too, which is nice. This is against monsters, so bounties can be massive. Really, really valuable bounties against monsters. Don't need 2 executioners. What I really want, if possible, is to get Tamra Stringer again. Looks like we miss her, and we miss Oniromancy. So, again, so glad I could include it in my deck. I don't know. Feel free to swap it out and put whatever else you want in there. I mean, we did get Vivaldi Bane class game, so I can't complain about that. I mean, I guess I could complain about it, and I probably will. But you know what I mean. Okay, so here I think we're actually going to go for Eavesdrop, and then we'll cycle back whatever is the duplicated card. Hopefully we can get Tamra. We don't need 2 of these traffickers. Shoop is quite valuable. Someone in Twitch just requesting it, but I don't think it works well in this deck. The thing that provides Tamra so much value is that we get duplicate bronze witch hunters. All of those getting boosted by 1. It's quite great, to be honest. Alright, Beast is always a decent target for bounty. The question is, how committed are we here? I think the poison is probably actually a better choice. Poison is always a little bit clunky against monsters, though, as it does often bring down Consume. The Consumes then merging that card value into the new card and erasing the poison. But it does give us a taller unit that we can target with a bounty and remove that way. So, you know, we got options. Although right now we have like a bunch of cards that give bounties and not a lot of cards that can utilize them. So we're going to have to think about that. But Witch Hunter Executioner can. Depending on what our opponent plays, though, we probably will be getting out of this round pretty quickly, moving into the second round. Missing Tamra really puts a damper on our spirits. Naglfar's Crew, not a great choice here in my opinion, because you don't know where my units are, and now I can just play around it, so.
Nose, mouth, any hole will do.
Nose, mouth, any hole will do. Ain't that the truth? Red Rider's coming down. I'm gonna bet just to get out Winter Queen. Personally, I think it's a poor choice, just because I haven't committed anything. There's no reason to overcommit in a round where your opponent hasn't committed anything. And again, we wanted to get out of this after 3 cards anyway. Looking for Oniro, looking for Tamra. Bounties plays well in a round where there's commitment in terms of points from the opponent. So. Red Rider's out. This is a greater than 0% chance that our opponent is opting to go around. Okay, we don't need all these bounty units with no way to spend them. Alright, well, we are where we are. We'll use Vivaldi to either find Oniro or Tamra here, I'm guessing. Especially if it's a deep dive, then we'll need... So we need to keep 3 coins so we can go down 4 cards. If it's further than 4 cards, she basically bricks for us. I think another thing you could do with this deck instead is try to build in some thinning. Raiders are one of my personal favorites. This is a very poor choice two reasons. One, they've seen us play poison, so they know that's what we're using, at least in part, right? So I don't understand the choice here to use Taskmaster. Alright, we do get Stranger within the third coin. Nero's way down, so we have to opt for Stranger instead. Not my preference. I would have rather had Nero, but we are where we are. Warrior is a weird choice. Here we can get our coins back if we use Slander or Witch Hunter onto this warrior. Then we can use Witch Hunter Executioner. One thing about Bounty most people don't really know or notice, it is based off so it can only be on one unit at a time. So I can't like place this bounty and place that bounty and then smash them both and get a whole bunch of coins. Doesn't work that way. The opponent here taking the pass allows us to just bring out Executioner, and we're just gonna hold on to the coins. Although we actually get an extra coin from getting this kill, it'll just bring us to 5, which just rounds down anyway, so no real reason to trigger that. No benefit back to us. Again, missing out on last say is kind of unfortunate. Again, I think if I was to make any change to this deck, I think I'd go back and add in like some Sewer Raiders. Casino Bouncers are also very nice because you can use Insanity. We finally get Oneromancy. So great to see you. And I think Onero's going to come down for Freak Show here. The poison kind of falling flat, so we're going to trade in both these poisons. Oh, Freak Show it is. So I guess we can take Kurt. I anticipate our opponent will play something that generates value in that vein. Here I think our best value is actually Jacques. And we're going to play him to melee. That way we can put Caesar next to him. We'll try to play Caesar a little bit better this time. Coin management can always be your enemy with Syndicate. Always a little bit troublesome. But we have leader ability, just such great removal value. You could also add in like Hammond to this deck to get around like row lock issues. I find that the ability to just use bounties and immediately remove a unit kind of make that less problematic than it normally would be. But it is something to keep in mind. Now, nobody here, none of these cards, not a single one of them is Firesworn. So there's no reason to go Devotion with Jacques. Naglfar, ooh, Ardgaith. Kind of a poor choice. And then the opponent here opting to use White Frost to move Jacques back. It's a little weird to me. Obviously, if Jacques dies, we lose a Spender. But I'm not desperately committed to him. So I think instead here we're going to just go ahead and use Slander to set up a bounty onto Gaels. The reason I'm less concerned about my bounties, I have Professor, Caleb Menga, and then I also have my Onero to grab another one. I think we're just like setting up our coins here. One weird thing about bounties too, they work really well against monsters because if the opponent, so typically like for poisons you want to consume the unit, that way the poison can't be double procced and destroy it. So, but if you consume a bountied unit, you then give me the coins back in value. So just something to think about. It does have to be purified. And here we can just use Caesar to get back these coins from Jacques, which we might just do just to keep him alive as a spender.
I came, I saw, I conquered. Again.
We know the mysteries of time and space.
The boost here is nice for the opponent. Just because he represents so much passive value, though, I think we might go ahead and get rid of him, just using our leader ability. I don't really want to get down any units right now. Just because they're going to get lost. But Caesar's profit is quite nice. I think we'll use Freak Show here, just for coins. And we just need to boost Jacques by 1. Just to keep the even coin number going on. Freak Show is going to take some damage here, so that's going to be a little frustrating. But we can go ahead and boost him back up with Caesar if we want to. Jacques still represents a 4 profit value, so he might be where we go. That said, kind of just want to avoid range throw if possible. The White Frost is going to cause us some problems. White Frost allows the opponent to move units off of the melee row. Freak Show is really handy, and I'd like to keep him around, but I'd rather use Caleb Menga for both the Morelius and Graydon plays. Here we see White Frost to come down to move Freak Show back. This actually works to our advantage in several ways. Most notably, we can go ahead and use Caesar Bilson whenever we want to. So now the question becomes, when and where do we want to use our abilities? I think we do want to put a bounty on Eridan if we can here.
Watch yourselves. You'll never be safe.
So Jacques is going to take 3 damage, so we're going to go ahead and feed that over to him. Might see Bruiser come down to move Menga off, which would be annoying. Not the end of the world. We can use Professor to set that back up again. Morelius' 6 tribute to kill Eridan actually might come in handy here as well, just so we can get him off. This 2 damage from Nithral is going to get annoying though. Okay, so we do want to set up the right number of coins here, so it is a 6 tribute, so we can't quite pay for that. Oh, so instead I think we'll use Graydon's 5 tribute. That'll come back in coins. Actually, no, let's do Caesar instead. So Caesar is going to get us 6 coins. So we need to get down to 3. And I think we're just going to sit on the coins. Although both of these do take 2 damage. So we're going to go ahead and boost up Caleb Menga, just so he has dominance. Although the Thrall is going to make it a little bit harder to use that. So much counting. I think we might actually get down Executioner here, just so he can give us those 1 damage pings. He'll also go up to 9 coins. Striga might kill off one of these 2 rear units. Jacques is honestly the best of those options for him to kill off, in my opinion. Okay, now here things are going to get a little bit tricky with math, so hang with me. We're going to go for Executioner, drop him down. Now we'll use Executioner to destroy Eridan Breaglass. He is gone. We get our coins back. We drop this down onto Nithral. And then you get to do it all over again. Back up to 6 coins. And we're going to sit on that. Freak Show's going to die off, and that's fine. Caesar stays alive this way. Perpetual Frost is getting obnoxious, but I think we're actually in an okay spot. Okay, now we can set up the most value here by using Manga and Graydon, I think. And we'll save up some value, and Graydon can help protect these other units.
All are free to convert.
Oh my gosh, why can't I use math? Not my day today. Alright, so we missed 5 points of value there, and that's okay. But Graydon is a 4, so he keeps the rest of these guys alive. But welcome to people joining in chat. We're just finishing up a video on bounties here where the math and the complexity of working against highest units getting damaged by an obnoxious opponent is really messing with my brain. Ikarin, possibly? No, it's a 5-point unit. Really not great value there. Alright, I think we can actually use Professor here against this Navigator and then finish it off with Executioner. So we get 3 points of value back. And we will need to damage it once, so I'm going to go ahead and set up a bleed on Imlerith first. Then we'll use Professor against this Wild Hunt Navigator. Oh, no, no. Ah, my gosh. Not my day today. Making poor choices with finger clicks. We did not want to pay for the tribute there. We are where we are. Professor's going to absorb the damage now, keeping our other 2 engines alive. Imlerith's Wrath coming down to remove the 6-point Professor is a little annoying, but by no means the end of the world. I think here we're just going to go ahead and get out Greater Brothers. We're going to lose one of these units, and that's fine. Then we'll use Muriels to erase whatever the largest unit is on the other side. But yeah, to those in chat, I'm not salty right now. I'm just frustrated at myself for making poor choices. This is a great movement. Does that 2 damage, then he gets erased. So, great play by the opponent. Well played there. So, we do get 2 points of value from the bleed and only an extra 2 points of damage from the tribute. But we do erase the largest unit, so we're going to go ahead. I think we're just going to do the damage.
Love to hear a beg for this. Not that it helps.
Then place the bleeds. See if that does it for us. Is that a final play? Low enough? What's it gonna be? Can't be Ikarin. Ooh. 6 points of damage. So we tie again. Oh no, it gets the boost. Okay, well, same result. We get a tie game. Again, me making poor choices. But if you're looking for a deck where you can make misplays and still get draws, this is the deck for you. I think, you know, some people have really wanted to see more wins. Those would have been wins had I made slightly better choices. The opponent playing a little bit better with easier to play decks. But until next time, check me out. Leave a like, subscribe if you liked it, whatever. We'll see you guys around the horn. Good luck on the path. Until next time, keep on Gwenting.